We're developing this capacity to witness our experience. It's a skill as much as anything else. We take that step back. What is it that's happening in our bodies right now? What is the pattern of the breath? What do we know about our emotional state from the pattern of our breath? And what does it feel like as we start to breathe more easily? As the muscles relax and the breath becomes smoother. And what's happening in the thoughts in the mind? Some days we have a lot of compulsion in the mind. The thoughts seem really to be grabbing our attention. Other days we're more able to soften and settle. And all of our experience is happening in a location. Thoughts are happening in the mind, the brain area. Muscle tension is happening in the body. If we have a energy in the heart center, it's happening in that location. So we can get pretty specific as we're observing. When we're paying attention to thoughts, we'll notice that we're paying attention behind the forehead there somewhere. That's where thoughts come in, and they come in as words and pictures. And we notice that our experience is made up of multiple dimensions. We have the body, the breath and energy, our thoughts. And something is observing our experience. So even though we often think that we are our thoughts, that can't be true. At least that's not all of who we are, because something is observing as thoughts rise. They have some kind of a response or they're pretty neutral, and then they dissipate. So there's still something here when there's no thoughts in the mind. Let's watch thought for a moment just from that perspective. We notice that we have a body, we have a breath, and it's working in a certain way. There's a certain pattern to the breath. And we're watching to see the thoughts as they come in. And they do whatever they do. Sometimes we get involved in them, sometimes not. And notice who is observing your thoughts, who's observing the sensations in your body. There is something unchanging that observes all of what's coming and going. And notice what you're paying attention to right now. It might be the thoughts that are arising in the mind. It might be some sensation in your body has caught your attention. Keep a light touch of attention on the thoughts that are coming and going, mostly because when we're paying a bit of attention as the watcher of the thoughts, it's a bit easier to not get involved in a train of thought. We'll notice it earlier. See if you can focus 100% of your attention on your experience in your body for a minute. Just for a few minutes, we'll just pay attention just to the body. Of course, it doesn't really work exactly like that. We also have thoughts about what's going on in the body. We might have a reaction to it, but as much as you can, let the words fall away and directly experience your forehead and eyebrows. Noticing the sensation in that location of your body. Notice the subtle changes in that sensation as your eyebrows relax, your forehead softens. Notice the flow of breath. There's that feeling or sensation of air as it comes in and passes over the membranes of your nose. The different sensation as it comes back out through the membranes of the nose out into the air in front of your face. There could be a static sensation, perhaps something that's moving a bit. And bring your attention to the back of your neck and shoulders, the large muscles of your upper back, both on a muscle level and also on an energetic layer. Notice if there's any kind of protective energy, any kind of tightening or shielding going on back there. Let your shoulders relax down away from your ears. And notice what's in that space. As much as you can, not in words, just directly feeling into what's going on. What does it feel like right there, right now? Who's watching the experience? And bring your attention a bit forward into the heart center, the chest, the rib cage, that whole area that's protected by your rib cage. Bring your attention down into the stomach area, your navel center, your lower belly. Both in the interior and also on the front surface of your body, there's the movement of your breath. There's the effect on the internal organs as we breathe in and out. Steady your attention as the observer and notice what it is that's coming and going. The sensations directly. Muscles that lengthen, how it settles back towards the spine. And expand your awareness to include the whole of your body, from the top of your head all the way down to your toes, from the core to the arms and legs, fingers and toes, back of your body, the front of your body, the sides. And stay anchored in this witness position, this observer. What's happening in that space? Notice your experience. And come back to watching thoughts. So there's this direct experience of noticing the energy and sensations. We're not making thoughts the bad guy here. We can notice thoughts as well. It's very helpful actually to notice what's happening in the mind. It's a way of getting to know ourselves. What is it that is being seen, being observed? And turn your attention directly again to thought. Notice that location in and around the brain where thought shows up. We can observe the energy of thoughts, the neutrality of some, and the attraction to following others. The key is to be watching thought, hearing sounds if there are sounds, looking at images, colors, and shapes, and the brain makes sense of them based on our experience. Our thoughts are really based on associations much of the time. If I say purple polka dots or orangutan or palm tree, we draw from our experience and we'll see some kind of image generally. We might have associations with those, and those will flash into our mind as well. When thoughts have a lot of pull or attraction, we tend to just go right into a train of thoughts, and we forget that we're watching thoughts. Very common as well. And as soon as we notice, we can just bring ourselves right back. Notice that we're watching. Notice what it is that's coming and going in this space, in this moment. The body, the energy, the thoughts. And then withdraw your attention from what it is that's coming and going and rest on the stillness, that which never changes, that which is watching. Just withdraw your attention from what it is that you're watching and rest directly in the seer. And if your mind has wandered into content, that's fine. Just bring it back for a moment. And set your intention as you move through the day to keep touching back into this. Just to remind ourselves of the multiple layers of our experience and also that we're watching or observing what it is that's coming and going. And then when you're ready, open your eyes.